Okay. This is my stand-up freezer I got off of Craigslist for free. And you know what they say, be careful what things are for free, because you never know what that entails. Since I got into brewing, I always wanted a fridge just like this. One of the buddies that I had, one of the guys who taught me how to brew, got a Sub-Zero for about $100 off of Craigslist. And it was just a one-door assembly like this. I do not like the two-door. You can't put as much in it. Kind of wastes space. And the thing about these do have a lot of space. Now when I went to pick this up, I had no idea that, you guessed it, the coils are actually inside the racks. Very problematic. I did not realize this because as I moved it into the house, they were all coated with ice. And as you can see, what I did here, I clipped it here using a wire cutter. And this is how the coils look, and you just have to meticulously, bam, 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 just cut them one by one. And there's another side running underneath. And you have to cut them all. You have to cut all three here. Because if you don't and you try to bend it like that, it won't fold as one unit. You want to fold, as you see this one, you want to fold it as 3 or 2 separate coils. And if you try to bend it as a whole, you're going to put too much torque right here and you can pop a hole. These are actually soldered on pretty well on this one. Of course, this one I think is circa 1972 or something like that. So this is when they made stuff pretty good. As you can see, it's solid. The added benefit of having coils in the shelves, you don't have to worry about the walls. These are just empty walls. I got the original owner's manual with this. That was pretty funny. So it shows you where all the coils are. This is actually the thermostat, which I just got a Johnson external thermostat. I'll just plug right into this outlet here, and then you'll plug this freezer into the outlet and set it at 40, and that'll be good. What I did with the inside, the big storage units for meats and things like that, I just took it out. There was all moldy fiberglass behind here. Pulled the gasket out to get rid of all the mold. There was mold in here. Just pulled all that, let it soak, took it out and put it back together. So far that's been the most difficult of the whole thing. What am I going to do is just take some sheeted insulation and just spray. They have a little spray adhesive, spray it here and cut it to fit. And then right in these areas here, I'm just going to fill it up with some of that spray expanding insulation. It seems to be the easiest way to go. This will give me a little more substance when I start to, drill the taps in here. Another one of the reasons why I wanted a big area like this for the kegs was because I wanted 5 taps. And you just can't do that with a freezer. There's just a refrigerator, there's enough room. Also, I had to have the taps high. As you see here, I got 2 kids. You want it pretty high. You don't want them, down in this area where this goes. Now again, for free, there are some rust spots, but I am going to buff that out with some sandpaper, and I got some appliance paint. Doesn't look like to be a big deal. And also it does have a lock, which is pretty cool too. Again, this is just all rust, but it looks like just to be surface rust. I could just buff that out and all these little rust spots here. Other than that, not bad for free. If it's perfect where it is buy some shelving units, but what I also did was take those skid pads. As you can see, I put it on all 4 corners of the fridge. And they have hardwood floors here. I can just spin it anytime, so if having a party or people over, I can face it this way. And I'm going to put up some little portable spotlights right here in this area. and just shine it down on the taps. And then, you know, when people are gone, I'll just spin it the other way so you can have access to the shelves. Because my wife does not appreciate this big keg machine being in her kitchen anyway. But we made a trade-off. She got the washer and dryer. I got my keg. My Kegerator. That's it right now. You know, I'll keep you updated. I've just never seen this done before. I don't think people should shy away from it because it is doable. I'm just going to snip this one, and then I'll still have storage space underneath here for just, you know, regular cases. I'm just going to put one layer insulation here to give me some negative room this way in case, you know, the kegs need to be bowed out or touched out a little bit. So give them another inch or so of room so we don't have to fill up this with too much insulation with the new insulation we have these days. So it should be good. It should be rock solid, and we'll go from there.